And everybody like, who's the new guy?
Perfect.
I'm the dude. I'm starting to.
All right, I got Monday, July 27, 2026 in the courthouse of the Chickasaw County boardroom. I will call the supervisor meeting to convene. All members are present along with board secretary Sheila Shackleton. Is there a motion to approve today's agenda that was published last Friday?
So. Second.
Motion by Scott, second by Isaac, excuse me, to approve today's agenda. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Approve the minutes from last Monday, the 20th of July.
Sorry.
Motion by Travis and by Scott to approve the minutes from our meeting on July 20th. Any discussion? Changes? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Discuss and approve quotes for the water and electric at the new county conservation cold storage building. Chad was not going to be here today, but he did give me an update. The builders were there on Friday. They had everything laid out. They had the concrete and the holes poured. Most likely the walls are going up as we speak today. About a month ago, we got a quote for the water hookup. That quote is $8,440. And then last week, Thursday, he got a quote from Stanton Electric for electrical. You guys all got copies of those, $9,735. They do fall under our $10,000 bid process purchase policy. This is part of our $200,000 county betterment fund, gonna pay for these two. Just need a motion to, it sounds like the building will be built within a week. So hopefully by Friday they're done and we're putting rock back in, and then these two guys will come in and do their service. Any questions on the water and the electric?
And this is paid out of betterment.
This will be paid out of county betterment fund. I gave you guys a snap of the county betterment fund for this discussion, and then most likely the next discussion. You can see in the county betterment fund, there was $200,000 budgeted for the Twin Palms cold storage building, and there was $70,501 budgeted for EMS. If you add up all the four bills for the dirt, the building, the water, and electric, comes to $155,959.10. That means there's about $44,000 left over from that budget item. I did talk to Chad this morning and I said, is there anything else for this project that would come out of this? He said maybe 1 or 2 loads of rock for the front approach, and then maybe some more black dirt on the north, east, west side of the building. So we're within budget, and there'll be some left to stay in full cash for the next agenda item discussion. Any questions on the water and electric quotes? Is there a motion to award those two?
I'll make a motion to award McKee and Van Weston the new calibration building for water. Yeah.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Travis, second by Steve, to allow Stanton Electric at $9,735 and mid-gauge permanent heating at $8,440 to get water / electric inside the cold storage building. Any discussion? Out of the betterment fund, yes. If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, anybody opposed? Motion carried. 9:05, public comment. I didn't know how to handle this one, board, but I did allow Jonah Sugarrath to sign in for public comment. He's not technically listed on the 2080 agreement, but I think it's tied with a resolution motion that the city did. You guys all got a copy of that shared, I think in November of 25 of the project that we're gonna talk about next. So either he can speak now, or do we allow him to speak during that agenda item? If everybody's okay with him, if we have a question. Fair enough? Yeah. All right. Discuss county's participation in the 2080 agreement with the city of New Hampton and funding phase 2 water loop. Again, I will run this section. I've already told you guys, I have a conflict of the map location of this project adjacent to my 40 acres that I own. Research, I went to the city council meeting Monday night. You guys saw the resolution that was passed by the city council. It is resolution 6850 to accept and award contract with Plaza Corporation for amount of $235,300 for the Northland Avenue Water Main Loop. I gave you the copy of the full cash of the county betterment. I did request this morning a copy of the voter approved ballot issue on November 4th, 2008, and the county betterment fund to authorize a change in the use of the 1% local option sales and service tax in the unincorporated area of the county of Chickasaw effective July 1st, 2009. And this is the verbiage I've been using forever. It says, if the change is approved, revenues from the sales of service tax shall be allocated as follows: 50% for improvements to and maintain of roads and bridges, 10% for county betterment, 40% for rural road infrastructure. So that is the fund I think we are talking about, unless you guys want to use county betterment fund. Both of these will require a budget amendment. I did talk to the county attorney last week. In the motion, if there is one, make sure you state pending public hearing, board approval at the public hearing. But we do not have this budgeted. This was something new that we've been asked to participate in. So make sure the motion states pending public hearing. The 2080 agreement could not be talked about at the city council meeting. At their next city council meeting, they will discuss it. But the open blank is the amount that if you guys want to participate. So I will open it up for discussion and I will run the votes accordingly. There was a request by NHTS to do a third. There was a council member thought that was a good avenue. I think Mr. McGrath said that. And then I do have to state, council member Kiffer asked, since the trench is open, why don't we run a line up to, all the way up to Superior FS for the rural commercial district of the county. I'll just share too, part of this map is in the rural part. It's probably where the hydrant's gonna be at Lynch Livestock, down to Jonas's property. Pretty much north of the railroad tracks is rural commercial property tax. So I'm going to share all those information that this project is indeed in the rural part of the county. I'll let you guys have the floor. I guess, Steve, do you have
Did the
anything?
city already have their public hearing for this?
Yes. They had their public hearing that last Monday night, and there was no comments made by anybody.
For the 2080, no.
No, for the
Or for
public
the
hearing.
water main, no, I'm sorry.
Were they planning on paying more than a third?
At one point, the conversation was between phase 1 and phase 2 that they would contribute up to $250,000 for the total project. Phase 1 came out to about, I just emailed this today, Blogger, so I want to get you exact numbers here 1 second. think I did.
I got it too.
Yeah, I think I.
$72,938.71.
What did you say, sorry?
$72,938.
Correct, that was for half.
That
That was for my half, and then the city of New Hampshire paid half. Dairyland Power has those large poles going out to the ethanol plant on our property, and for a long, long time, they fought us on that. They actually wanted us to bore underneath buildings. And when I went to Casey May, I said, can I bore underneath these buildings? He goes, absolutely not. We'll do it in the cities right away, which supersedes their easement. So that's where we kind of partnered with the city on that. But at one point, yeah, the city said they would go up to 50% up to $250,000 for phase 1 and phase 2. So yeah, I think it was like 145,000 or 147,000 for phase 1, which basically extends from our property, the southwest side of our property, all the way to the northwest side of our property.
The minutes from October 20th of 2025 reflect that they passed a resolution to contribute up to $250,000 towards the looping project. And then last Monday, the resolution that they passed says that they accepted the bid for $235,300. I didn't get a copy of their minutes from Monday night. I don't know. To me, it looks like they have voted twice probably to pay for the whole project, considering. But I know there were changes after that original one in October.
Correct.
Which is stated in the minutes of 1,100 feet added to the project, so.
Correct, yeah, we ended up having to go much farther north on Devell's property. We did not want to, actually, Elliot from Devell made the comment that he did not want it to infringe future growth opportunities on their property. So that extended it 1,100 foot to the north, correct? Which when you break that down by the price per square foot, it adds quite a bit of substantial value to the project. Per linear foot, excuse me.
I will add too, I believe any funds that you guys allocate pending public hearing will go to the city of New Hampton with the 2080 agreement. So we're gonna write the check to New Hampton for what portion you guys want to.
The nice part is the city of New Hampton is responsible for all the maintenance. And any future growth from New Hampton transfer on is gonna be in the county. We have no additional room to grow in the city limits. So everything we have planned for the next 4 buildings, and including the office and shop area, is all going to be in rural property. Rural area.
Collection of taxes.
Correct.
So you're gonna say something?
No, and I mentioned last week that I've been on board with Chickasaw, but I really think there's a conflict in that at this point. That's really important. I mean, I think we should participate. I guess I just don't know for sure how much. What you guys' thoughts are.
Well, I think we should participate. That's to a point on it. I mean, I do think, I guess I look at county's not in the water business. This would benefit our rural fire. To me, that's probably the only county purpose of this, is to benefit the rural fire. Dollar wise, I don't know. I guess I would be willing to say the county could pay for that far north hydrant. And that's probably where I'm at. It's where I don't know what a hydrant is anymore, $6,000-7,000, something like that.
Probably, yeah. Yep.
You got anything?
I mean, I thought we had a consensus last week that there was a third.
I'll be honest, we can't grow anymore without more water. And so without having this project completely done, the current water pressures that are at our property right now are less than adequate. We need about 35 PSI for the sprinkler system to activate. Our residual pressures sit at about 11. Sorry, sir. So the nice part would be if we get this looped and we'd be able to partner on this, all of our growth, like I said, would be in the county. So with our current tax base, given that we build a warehouse that's 51,800 square foot, that's a tax base of anywhere from $45,000 to $48,000 annually. So your ROI would be, even if we did it by a third, and you guys threw 80 grand in for a rough number, you'd make that back in 2 years on one building.
I'll just correct that. That's your total tax bill. We only collect
Correct.
30% of it.
Correct, yep, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Is there a motion to participate with the 2080 with the city of New Hampton on phase 2 water loop project? Just for the record, a third is $78,433.33.
I'll make that motion pending public hearing.
Just to clarify, using county betterment funds.
Correct.
Is there a second? Motion by Isaac to support a 2080 agreement with the city of New Hampton, phase 2, in the amount of $78,433.33. Using county betterment funds pending a public hearing on the budget amendment. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion by Isaac, second by Steve. To allow participation in a 2080 agreement with the city of New Hampton and funding phase 2 water loop project North Lynn Avenue area, using county betterment funds pending a public hearing on a budget amendment. Any discussion?
I don't, yeah.
All right. We'll do a roll call. Isaac? Aye. Steve?
Aye.
Travis?
No.
Scott?
No.
Is there a new motion on, motion dies tied to 2, I will abstain from the vote. Conflict of interest. Is there a new motion to participate in the 2080 agreement with the city of New Hampton and funding phase 2 water loop project? Pretty much the same verbiage unless you guys want to use GB funds, or RSV funds, or a mixture of, or a different amount. I think you guys heard all the facts. I don't know what else I can add to it with knowledge you guys need.
Do you guys have a number in mind that you'd be willing to?
I think 15,000.
Guess I was more like 25, 30.
Yeah, 78 didn't go through. I would probably support 30.
I think you guys seen the maps. Part of phase 1, I think, is in the rural part of the county too, that you guys already funded.
100% of phase 1 is in rural.
Just throwing those facts out.
Yep.
The phase 2 project, yes, a lot of it's in the city corporation. The way
I
I
believe 5 stars all in and Devo is all in the city limits or considered city. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
5 stars. No.
So is it just Devo? Okay.
Tracks.
5-star was.
I was under the assumption 5 star was as well. I thought the west side going up on North
Maybe
Lynn.
5 star is because they got a lift station.
That was a separate deal. It was all funded by
Okay.
5-star.
Okay.
No, I'm just like, I take our perspective, if there's a call for service comes in out there, it's the cities. Other side of the road, like
The east side.
it's stuff. Flowers, Midco, that's all county. It's weird.
But this water line's not going on 5-7.
No, it's on the south side of Foster, correct, but yeah, so most of that is inside the city limits, correct. Yeah, the idea we set up was that there's gonna be 2 additional hydrants on our property for rural access, and then I was gonna work with Casey May and the fire department to actually have easier accessibility for that, so if there was ever a fire in that development or that north industrial park, quote unquote, there'd be access to water on hard surface.
Any other questions need to be answered? Is there a new motion?
I'll make a motion, 30,000, only betterment. Pending public hearing.
I'll second.
There's a motion by Travis, second by Steve, to participate in a 2080 agreement with the city of New Hampton in funding phase 2 Waterloo project in the amount of $30,000 from our local county betterment fund, Fund 25, pending public hearing on a budget amendment.
Did we contribute anything in phase 1?
No,
Any other discussion? Always use the motion first and second, so Travis,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Isaac,
Aye.
Scott.
No,
Motion is carried 3-1. I'll work with the city to get a 2080 with that amount in there, and then we'll add it to a budget amendment in the next, motion carried 3-1. I will abstain from that vote for the record. I'll work with the city to get a 2080 brought to us with the county attorney's office. Thanks, guys.
thank you.
All right. And I'll just go down here. Lisa, do you have an appointment coming up or anything? Or does
Doesn't matter, go ahead, go ahead.
go with her? Okay. If that's okay, Shower.
Yep.
Public Health Director Lisa Walter and Environmental Health Specialist Derek Lechtenberg, good morning. Review and act on construction permit for Ashwood Creek LLC, section 36 of Jacksonville Township. Another confinement construction permit. It was publicated. Notice was in the paper on, I think, July 16th. Got the legal notice in front of me that gave a chance of written comments. Any public comments today? There was one written comment. I think you guys got a copy of this, but I'm just gonna make note of it. Dear Chickasaw County Board of Supervisors, Planning and Zoning Commission, Jacksonville Township, Chickasaw County, Iowa, we're writing this regarding our opposition to this proposed hog confinement facility described as Ashwood Creek LLC in section 36 of Jacksonville Township. Dear Board of Members, it's on file. I'll just read a couple of the quotes in there. Of some water concerns, tile lines, runoff, water usage. You guys all have a copy. You guys all read it, I would assume. Signed by Joe Sabelka and Mary Jo Sabelka on July 22nd, 2026. Since there was a written comment and I knew about it last week, I asked the county attorney to look into this. Derek did score it with a score of 450.
Yep.
Minimum is a 440 score. We've been using this score, I think, ever since the master matrix score has been a law in the state of Iowa. Scores in air was 98.5, in water was 159.5, in community 192, a total of 450. Derek, can you just describe how those scores come about?
So
like we discussed, it's all like DNR, they figure it, then once I go over the numbers, make sure everything adds up, then we meet with the representative, like in this case, Rice's and the DNR, we actually go on the site and kind of do some like remeasurements and kind of look over just to make sure, because they just go on a map and get their setbacks, type it in, just make sure it's all in their setbacks, and all that good stuff from wells and houses and sinkholes and stuff. So, and I have not met with the DNR yet, we're still trying to get together with that, it should be sometime this week, so.
Just to clarify, this section 36, R2 section 36 is in Jacksonville Township, so it's the 36 north.
Oh. I'm pretty sure I typed it wrong.
Well, there's two 36s.
Yeah.
Just it didn't state anywhere that I saw it, which was north or south.
Right, it's,
Sure, it's got.
yeah. And it's, corner of Bridgeway and 130th. So south of the Jericho Blacktop 2 miles, right, or no, a mile, because Jericho Blacktop's gonna go correct this.
So the letter we have prepared is the Chickasaw County Board of Supervisors have reviewed the master matrix and construction permit application for Ashwood Creek. Public notice was published on July 16th and proof of publication is attached. The master matrix score is listed here as a 450 as a passing score. If the county score matrix is different than submitted, then the county scored matrix is attached with justifications. Supplemental letters or documentations being sent, I would recommend this letter to be sent with our packet here to the DNR. Upon review and inspection of construction site and documents provided, we, the Chickasaw County Board of Supervisors, recommend the permit application be either approved or disapproved, and comments or reasons for the disapproval. Signed by your chair.
Are we allowed, can we get a copy of the letter? We have not seen the letter.
It's a common, oh,
Well,
this
I mean,
letter.
yeah,
This letter, yeah. you could check it.
okay. It can be later. I was just.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can at least put it in the file and that way.
Yep. Anybody else received any feedback on this permit? I'm just gonna say it passed the score. We hired the specialist to score it. I guess we're sending a letter to the DNR to see what they feel. So the whole section in the law, it's 459-304, construction permit application procedure, county's participation, comments, master matrix. Dave, county attorney, highlighted some areas. The board's adoption recommendation of the department shall include the specific reasons and any supporting documents for the decision to recommend approval or disapproval. At that point, the DNR will take the score. They might score it themselves. You guys can read up on the law if you want. Here it is. I think we should recommend passing it, just because it's over the 440.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah.
That's actually, second.
Approve the.
Right.
Is there a second?
Second. Right. That's not right.
Motion by Travis, second by Isaac to approve the construction permit application for Ashwood Creek LLC with a score of 450 as a passing score and approval by the Board of Supervisors, signed off by the chair. Any discussion? Ray, do you have any questions, concerns about this?
I was just verifying, the fact that Rice View was the owner of the land, not Ashwood Creek or City.
And Sycamore is just the name of the site. And then Ashwood is probably just like a sub.
Yeah, either one has no ownership interest to the land right now. That's all I was just.
Okay. Any other discussion? If not, we'll do a roll call. Travis? Aye. Isaac? Aye. Steve?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Jake, aye. Motion carried 5-0. I will get this signed off and sent off.
And I'll send that letter to you, okay?
Thank you.
Department update, either one?
Yeah, I have just a little update. Obviously, we're doing all the same stuff we usually are. Some of the more exciting things, we're trying to look for more programming to bring to Chickasaw County. And also ways that we can save in our expenses, but bring in more revenue if we can. So some of the more exciting things, we went with a company called VaxPeer. And so they will pay for our vaccine. We can get more vaccine. We can get any vaccine that we wish to get. And then they give us some supplies. They give us needles and syringes and alcohol pads for free. So we get those. So it won't come out of our expenses, but we'll collect the revenue from doing it. So anybody in the county, it doesn't matter insurance, it doesn't matter what type of vaccine, they can come to our office and get the vaccine. We're probably going to have them call or something to make sure that we have a nurse there. But even like pneumonia, shingles, that kind of stuff that are high things, we can do at our office. School vaccines are coming up, so then it won't have to just be VFC. Children that we see, we can see anybody with any type of insurance. So and then they'll send us the money for administering those vaccines. This is our last week with Walk with Ease. We did a Walk with Ease program. Still doing the combat cancer. We're doing Chickasaw County. We're also doing Howard County. Right now we're working on getting some free radon testing that we can hand out to both counties. I sent out on Friday a survey for our clinics and hospitals about dermatoscope. So this would be things that the physician can look at somebody's skin and say, I think there's a questionable spot, and then send them to a dermatologist to kind of look into that further. So I think that'll be huge. Dr. Brinkman said he already uses that in his office and he likes it a lot. So I think that'll be a big thing for our clinics and hospital in our county. Tablets are going to be placed in the New Hampton Library and the Alma Library. The libraries and the pharmacies that wanted to participate in the tablet filled out a survey, and that's the ones that were chosen by Marion County. And so this would be for people who maybe need to do telehealth visits or something, they don't have the technology at home.
There was in New Hampton, and what was the other one?
You said New Hampton Library and Alma
Okay, thank
for
you.
Howard County, so each county got.
Oh, you did one, okay.
Yep, and then fit testing, so I'm gonna get some free, they're colorectal cancer screening kits that they can do at home. This would be for individuals with no insurance, and then we can send those in. We did sign up to be part of the Iowa Cancer Consortium. And so by being part of this group, we can get some free educational resources. We can get free items, like in the summer, they do free sunscreen and stuff that we can hand out to either pools, or we can do library events, or just hand it out from our office, whatever we want to do. And then there's some funding opportunities that also come with that. So as we get further down the road, we can get hopefully some funding from that. I was approached and I talked to Sarah Bordeaux County Public Health a while ago about this. But we are going to hopefully be in partnership with the University of Iowa to bring cancer awareness to our county. And that would be a grant, I believe, that we would get paid for doing cancer work in our county. We're also doing community health improvement projects with the local hospital here. So we're currently working on a resource book, and then we're going to partner with the school and the hospital and do kind of a school registration day, where we would promote our vaccine and different public health back to school stuff to them. And we would hit, everybody that comes to that registration event. For environmental health, we do have a 28E agreement with Mitchell County to help them out. I talked to their public health, and it sounds like they got a 2-day notice that their environmental health specialist was no longer going to work. So we've kind of helped them out in the past, so we agreed to kind of help them out. their public health is taking it over, so we're also kind of advising them of how to get going and get started, so. And then we did get awarded the radon measurement specialist. So that combat cancer will pay for Derek, to go do the radon measurement specialist course and then the testing. And once he passes that, we're able to, measure and test for radon in different buildings. Some buildings that are required to do it, like apartment complexes, hospitals, schools, and things like that, we're able to go do. There's only one other person in the whole county that does it, and he's looking at getting out of it. So we can charge for that, and
So I believe there's a new law change that every new house has to have one in it.
I believe,
Who's gonna approve that? Is that something that we need to look at as a county,
like looking at the whole,
to make sure the home has it?
that would be something we need to find out from the state. I would say the state needs to put something in place, whether it,
But we
like
don't,
who tracks it, is it the,
we don't have a building permit.
Doesn't the electrician come down and
The
check us?
electrician, I don't know if that's gonna fall under that law. But yeah, I was told
So we had to have something.
that every new house has to have a radon blower, vac, or whatever installed, so it'd be nice to see who's gonna police that.
yeah, cause I would say they'd have to test for it, and then if their levels are high, then they would have to put in a, cause you want need a mitigation system if your levels weren't high.
Oh, I thought the law said you had to have them no matter what, but I could be wrong.
I could be wrong too, so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that, yeah.
And then also Derek had just let me know this morning that the state, I think, reached out to you. That they want to know if we want to have some funding to do PFAS testing in our county in the water. So I think we're gonna go ahead and do that. We just gotta find out, it just like came up like Friday and today, so.
When you both called me, I was in the meeting.
Oh, yeah,
So I don't get my team's meeting,
Zoom link or whatever.
yeah, Zoom link, so like, she was gonna call me, but I think you called me at the same time, so sorry if I sounded like rude when I answered, cause okay, perfect. But yeah, so we got that figured out, and how we found out, it's like someone needs a PFAS test, it's actually through down in Des Moines, they kind of research the map and do that, then they just give me a list of people and I contact them, see if they even wanna do it. And
Is it drinking water or like
Yeah.
waters?
yeah,
So it'd be similar to what we do for water testing, so it sounds like we get the $125 administration fee for doing it, and then they would cover the testing. We can't go through our current, lab, but we would go through the state hygienic lab for testing,
Yeah,
and they would cover that.
yeah, and they'll cover like all the postage and all that stuff.
Processing.
Processing, there we go, processing. Test kits and everything.
So
Perfect.
that's kind of the exciting stuff that we're trying to do.
All right. Any questions, concerns, comments?
I just looked it up. The new Iowa radon law, House File 2297, will affect statewide, requiring all new construction, single-family homes and duplexes to include a passive radon mitigation system. This measure ensures houses are pre-plumbed during construction to reduce odorless radioactive gas that is abundant in Iowa soil.
So it's a plumber,
Plumber?
I would assume the plumber.
yeah.
So there is, through the Iowa Cancer Consortium, so we did the radon measurement specialist, and there's a radon mitigation specialist. So if you know of anybody who's looking to become a radon mitigation specialist, I can get them an application. And our combat cancer will pay for that if they approve their application, so that we can get more people in the county to do those type of things.
All right, thank you. Derek, you have to pick up that score after the meeting and copy that letter
Yeah,
But I'll make them.
or make them a copy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, perfect.
thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to Sheriff Ryan Schauber, good morning. Acknowledge of the hiring of Amy Norbies as a dispatch jailer with a starting wage of $23.64 as outlined in the union contract. Start date is August 10th, 2026.
Yeah, so we chose Amy, she's currently a dispatch jailer for Howard County. Don't like to take other county employees, but I've reached out to Sheriff Bush, and understands it's business, not personal. She does come to us certified with the dispatching certifications along with the jail certifications, which is a huge thing for us. She's very active down here with the Chickasaw EMS. She does the on-call stuff with crew too. So I've talked with Joel and Jeff Edgar down at Baylor's CUNY about how this would work, and as long as she stays on that on-call as needed status and works occasionally at the sole employee's option or sporadically on a part-time basis, she'll be okay on that. So Joel hopes to keep her still active on that crew as much as she'd like to as well. So it'll be hopefully a good hire for us.
Does Joel know, we can talk to him, that he'll probably be all overtime rate then?
According to Jeff, and I can forward you
Yeah.
his recommendation, it would be at the regular rate because it's at the sporadic on-call basis, kind of like it is with Carly and Rachel for me. They're not scheduled on a regular schedule, I should say. That's how Jeff, and I can forward you his comments and recommendations on it. So that was a concern of ours too. That was a concern of Amy's as well, if she wants to stay active on there if she can.
Okay. Yep. Is there a motion to acknowledge Amy Norby as dispatch jailer for the sheriff's office, starting wage $23.64, August 10th?
I'll move.
Second. Motion by Steve, second by Isaac, to acknowledge the hire of said individual at that rate. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Discuss moving the DARE fund, the forfeiture fund balances to the K-9 fund.
Yeah, so I got a couple balances in the pool cash, the DARE's around 1,200, my forfeiture's around 65. We currently haven't not done a DARE program for a while. Now we've got the opioid funds and partnered with Pathways to get the two different drugs programs in the school that's working out well. I'd like to just move those two account balances to the K-9 fund. We're looking at probably 1.5 to 2 years replacing our current K-9. We've been in some discussions with some vendors on replacing that dog and moving forward with that. So that can come in handy in that account when the time comes.
Do you know if any of them were budgeted for?
No, they were not.
So they added to a budget amendment.
So we,
Sheila did.
and I did follow up. I asked
Yeah.
the private auditor about it, and they have two different types of funds there. And one, the DARE is assigned, so the Board of Supervisors could make that motion for you and for the part of the budget amendment for the transfer.
So that is $1,229.29. Currently, it might make interest, so we want to budget a little bit higher. So the day we do transfer it, it'll be all inclusive.
Yeah,
And then the other one.
is restricted by Iowa code. And so you basically gotta, I mean, it could be used for K-9, but you can't really transfer it.
Okay.
So you could, cause I
Yeah, I'm just trying to balance it to zero amount.
I asked David about it because she comes back and says, you may, the forfeiture fund is governed by the Iowa code with a restricted fund balance. So my recommendation would be talk to your county attorney. So I asked Dave about it, and he said, yes, forfeiture funds from a criminal prosecution may be used to enforce the criminal code, which supports a K-9 program. But he's not sure on how the funds go, and I think I would rather have you budgeted out of there for it.
No problem.
So,
So what if we just budget for it and then you can just bring a claim in for?
Right, next claim, I'll just put that towards it, yeah, yep. That'll work.
But yeah,
so sorry about that.
we would need a budget amendment to spend those two, if
Okay.
they're not in the current budget.
But
I
we
mean, are
can
we
get,
okay with that?
we can get it if it's a consensus of the board, then I can get it. So when we have our first budget
Just a
amendment.
zero amount on your guys' end. No.
Yeah, I think the board's all forward
Yeah,
for those
that's
two
all
around. Anything else?
Just working on that back room, the radio room for potential move of equipment. That's all cleaned out, a few things that moved around in there, and we're with Dave Gorman to get that caged area down. So hopefully by the middle of next month, we'll get that down. Trying to get the contractors, our phone company, the phone vendor, cameras is up here on Friday. Danny's gonna get in there. We're trying to get all those together in our radio company and then an electrical contractor in there all at the same time, just to kind of get a plan together. We know it's gonna be quite a process, but just kind of, the ball's rolling anyway. on that end.
Yep. That's good to see in here. There is 3 extra spaces right now, in the emergency panel that can be used for outlets, so if we can get a bigger panel, that might be good. or see if we can get a CT, the CT's outside, maybe run another panel off the power supply, so. But I think
That works
three,
good anyway.
it is.
Yep.
Just get that window closed up too, because it seems like it's letting a lot of air out.
That and then the side door, we need to address that, so over, and I'll show you sometime, it doesn't, it's secured, but it needs to be locked.
I would agree.
Yeah.
All right, anything else? Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Discuss dark fiber at the county buildings. I did ask Denny, he's available by phone if you need me, but he's busy doing other things right now. So they are gonna put the interduct in from NHMU at the engineer's office. Stan Electric's gonna be working on that to get fiber into that building, so they don't have to build a server for engineer's office. So you guys got the latest and greatest dark fiber. Estimated cost, I think Sheila worked on what was requested last week.
Yeah. So,
Did you send that out, or?
did I send that out to you guys?
I don't think you did.
No, because we were
Yeah.
just at the, okay.
If you could make copies. So last week, we had a question, what did it cost for county internet? So Sheila's office has prepared that document. So the goal is ISAC assessment, recommended dark fiber to be more efficient and to have less servers throughout our building locations. And we've been discussing this in a couple closed sessions, but I think it's time now to act on it in public.
Didn't you say last week, Scott, that that's recommendation also? We have dark fiber.
I don't know if it's Heartland's, I just, I made a comment a couple weeks ago, you know, who should we be following? I mean, our insurance companies' recommendations or ISAC's recommendations. You know, I don't know if I've ever seen them recommends it, but I think in some instances, our hands are probably tied that we have to use dark fiber. The engineer's office, we gotta have it.
So the quotes there from NHMU was presented what it costs for labor, putting the duct in, putting the wire in, all within the IT department budget. Just want to get it in writing and a motion. You know, the Heritage Building already has NHMU. It is a very minute $450. So the county attorney's office is $1490. You can read, this building was originally surveyed as a single drop. To accommodate dark fiber, that drop would need to be replaced to add additional fiber count. So between the ISAC assessment and our IT consultant, kind of both are recommending dark fiber to save on server cost and also to share Tyler and other agencies can help with claims. And I think it helps with budgeting. I think that if they can enter the claims to that specific code, I think it'll show them too throughout the county efficiencies and budget reasons. And they can only do certain things that the auditor allows them to look at in Tyler, but they will not be the general do all. But we would give them, Sheila's office would give them access to enter claims. Any other questions that I can answer or Denny needs to answer? Yes, we will be doubling up on providers. That is part of the recommendation too.
So Butler Mariner's already at the sheriff's office, correct?
They're there, ready to go in an emergency situation.
Would it be,
They're not paying, we are not paying for networking because it's just sitting there.
Well, I didn't know. They would be cheaper than an HMU.
So the issue is the switch at their location on Main Street is that whole reoccurring fees for the co-locate fee of $100 per rack per month. I don't believe Butler Bremer has that equipment in this county or city. I could be wrong.
The other thing that I was wondering about is our law office. EMC.
So yeah, it's $1,400 to get it there. We have no idea when and if when we are gonna be out of that building. So their quote is $1,490 to get it there now. But that is not a location where we're gonna have a server. I believe the server is gonna be in the courthouse. Probably shouldn't go down that avenue. 3 locations for a server. We do need dark fiber though, from engineer's office to the courthouse. There is not a server being built for the engineer's office, and Roman can explain. I heard it's like gonna be 10 to 15,000 to build a server just for the engineer's office. So I think that's more expensive than all these,
Is it on there?
that's what Benny told us. A server for that building will cost that much just to build.
And Renee already has access to Tyler here at the courthouse, so.
That's why she needs Tyler out there. And the only way to get there is dark fiber. So. The less servers you have, the less prescriptions you need to Tyler. If we want to put Tyler on all the servers, I think it's gonna cost a lot more to get Tyler on every server we have today. Is there a motion to approve the new NHMU dark fiber estimated build out costs for, EMS is in here too, so all Chickasaw County buildings inside New Hampton would be a draft motion maybe. If you guys want to do EMS too. Any more discussion or information you need? There's gonna be some upfront costs, but in the end, we've been told that it's gonna be a cost savings.
And didn't you say data processing fees for this?
Data processing will cover the cost of this, yes.
Do we need to do the EMS building?
The only thing is if they would enter their own claims, it would be a benefit. Other probably not gonna happen, so we don't need to do that one. And so every building except for EMS at this time.
It's Joel.
I make that motion. Except for the EMS building.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Isaac, to allow IT to communicate and hook up dark fiber at courthouse, public health, which is community service building, the engineer's new office, the heritage building, county attorney, which is the LEMC, and the sheriff's office. Any other discussion with NH and No other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. I will let Debbie know. Claims behind us, if you want to look at them, payroll was dated last Friday, July 24th. Any questions with the payroll claims?
Motion approved.
Motion by Travis, is there a second?
Sorry.
Motion by Travis, second by Scott to approve the payroll claims dated July 24th, 26. Any questions? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Prior bills, I have a total of $3,312.05.
Motion approved.
Sorry.
Motion by Steve, second by Scott to approve prior bills in the amount of $3,312.05. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Claims to be approved in the amount of $1,109,321.24. We're gonna see a lot of those for these big projects that we are doing, like B-22 and the engineer's office. They're moving, they're being completed. I think that's where a lot of that money went this time. So, any questions with the amount of claims?
A couple of quick ones are the cover aggregate, it's 302,000, B-22 paving project, 329,000, so.
That's right. That's $500,000 right there. Or no, 800,000, because there's two of the covered rock.
Well, it's-
Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Travis, second by Steve to approve the claims in the amount of $1,109,321.24. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Committee assignment, Steve?
I had, OFC, WMA on Tuesday, July 21st down at Hazelton. They animated the elected officers and pretty much everybody that was in there got re-elected, so I'm treasurer secretary. Main discussion was they went through Smile DNR planning grants that they applied for, they updated, they haven't got anything yet because they're applying for grants.
Thank you. I see.
Yeah, tonight, but
Okay. Travis?
No.
Scott? No. I did not. Discuss future agenda items. I'm asking if we can meet on Wednesday morning at either 7 or 8-ish. There was one thing missing from the agenda that we did last year at this time is to approve the tax slips to be mailed out. Sheila can explain some of the very technical issues that she had last week.
So, well, last week, it started in July. So the Dome had offered to help us by giving us a tax list with all the levies on it that we were supposed to upload to Tyler. Well, after a week of trying to get, because you have to map everything out. So after a week that it didn't work and a couple of errors, I scrapped it. So I lost a week there. And a lot of the counties, other counties are not using it at this point either. Then I started doing my normal stuff. Well, then Friday, when I thought I was gonna roll it over, I got a big error from Tyler, and then all my utilities were gone. And let me tell you, talk about a small heart attack here.
And we were not the only county.
Well, no, there was three or four other counties that had that happen to them. So apparently something when you set your levies, for some of us Tyler users, our utilities were leaving us. So I had to, once I got on with Tyler, I had to re-enter, and that's something that I do in December. So then, I was having got worried, like looking at my valuations to make sure they were correct, So I
So-
have went through everything again this weekend, but I just would like a couple extra days. Today and tomorrow, and then Wednesday, you guys could come in and go through it and approve or whatever you're gonna do with it, so then we can get it rolled down to Matt.
So he can get it to the, he'll check it over, get it to the printing, and hopefully he can have them back and start. Just have like a 5-minute meeting on Wednesday morning. Is there a time preferred?
I might have to call in, I'm not sure yet.
Anytime,
Earlier is better. Call me.
anytime, 7, 8,
Yeah, if we could settle it, that would be a lot better.
should they okay for?
I can
7?
do a 7.
So there'll be a special meeting on Wednesday at 7 o'clock to approve, I forgot what you can call it, the tax.
tax list, yeah.
Tax list. Otherwise, there'd be stuff for next week, Monday. Me and Scott are gonna meet with, an architect next Monday at the Heritage at noonish, maybe.
Yeah.
Just to see what it would cost to get back into there was 4 of us had a consensus to demo the north wing or get it ready for the county attorney, so. No cost being spent at this time. We'll bring it back to the board on August 10th. We had a phone conference call, this is just an FYI, with the urban renewal attorney, Jenna, I believe was her name. She submitted the questionnaire about 2 months ago to our teams. Roman has prepared his stuff. Ray's approved his. Sheila's working on hers. Tax slips were a priority last week. So she's not quite there yet. We're working on it to get it back to the attorney to draft the urban renewal plan number 3 amendment. So it's a work in progress. That's all I have. Is there anything else? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
So,
Motion by Scott, second by Travis to adjourn at 10:03. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Aye, anybody opposed? Motion carried.
Well, thank you, everyone. I really do.